Hello! For those of you who don't know, which is all of you, my name is Hope. I've had this channel for a while, but I haven't posted much on it, and I kind of want to get back into posting like some creative stuff. I recently got a haircut. I chopped all of my hair off, so I have a kind of more masculine looking haircut. So, you know what that means? I was like, I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know what that means? I can finally do all the male cosplays I have been wanting to do. And as a queer, I have, of course, been obsessed with Heated Rivalry. And of course, that means I have been obsessed with Ilya Rosanov. So, I thought today what would be a fun thing to do would be to do an Ilya Rosanov cosplay, because I also have a shirt that like literally looks exactly like one of the ones that he wears in the show, so I'm just like, why the heck not? Why the heck not do that? So, I'm not gonna ramble too much longer, so let's get into it. And here is the look. So, for those of you who don't know, which again is all of you, because I haven't really explained what I am doing very much here, we are going to be referencing this photo of Ilya Rosanov. Hopefully, I remember to put that in the edit, or it works. If it doesn't, oh well, we shall be surprised. But it's essentially what he's wearing in his hotel or apartment when the All Believe in Anything sequence comes on. So we have this gray shirt, which may look black on the edit, but it's gray. I promise you, it's gray in person. He's wearing a lighter gray shirt in the photo, but the only other color I have of this shirt is blue, and I feel like might as well just use a darker gray. And the fit of this shirt, I kid you not, literally the exact same fit. I love these shirts so much. They're from Old Navy if you want them. They're just kind of like plain shirts, but they're a really nice fit and they feel really nice. And then we have some lovely black pants. I did not have the same type of like pajama pants that he has, so I'm just using yoga pants that I bought from Amazon. They were like $6. I had to buy them for theater. And yeah, so I might just roll them up a little bit to kind of make them shorter. But yeah, and then I have this sports bra, which I took the little cups out of in order to make it kind of like a binder situation, because Ilya has beautiful pecs but does not have boobs. And pecs and boobs look very different. And now we have two necklace options. I actually got the idea to do this cosplay when I got this necklace, so I think I'm gonna go with this one, but I had like two options of what to use for his cross necklace, because I own a couple cross necklaces, but they are both silver and they are also not the same cross that Ilya has. I have this one because I thought like, I don't know, I thought it might match the vibe more, but I feel like it might just be a little too feminine. And again, men being feminine, it's not a problem, but it just is not entirely Ilya's vibe. But I thought, because it also has a star, which the shape is a little bit closer to a cross, but hey, who knows? I think this one just might be better because it's like the chain and the design are a little bit closer, like at least it's all gold instead of being gold and black. And then also for the shoes, I stole my dad's slippers because they're a pretty decent match. It's just kind of like a moccasin-esque situation. Also, don't look at my feet, you pervert. Yeah, so this shall be our outfit. Let's get changed. Okay, here is the official look. I know I'm only showing you the top half, don't worry. We're gonna get to the bottom half. I'm really surprised that this actually worked. I think we captured the essence of kind of like, the young fuckboy aesthetic. I think honestly, like, is it the best binder? No, it's not. But I'm not gonna buy one. I'm poor. I'm not poor, but like, I'm not gonna ask my parents for that, especially if it's just for the once in a while that I want to do cosplay. So, I think it works. Let me stand up on my chair to show you the rest of it. And fun fact, while I was setting up for this, I forgot that my fan was on, so I like hit my head on this, which is, you know, so great. So this is like the bottom half. I think it looks pretty good. It's very hard. I would go in somewhere else and show you, but I'm too kind of lazy. Sorry. I am gonna be posting, like, I want to post like a transition for my TikTok / Instagram. So if you want to follow me on there and see like these outfits and my transitions, follow me at Panic at the Puns on Instagram, and then follow me at SSA Crimson on TikTok. I did not make those accounts for the intent of doing this, but hey, I think it's cool. But yeah, my dad's shoes are way too big, but I think we captured the essence pretty well. I think personally, the goal of cosplay is to capture the essence, and if you're recognizable, then people will understand. With a simpler cosplay like this, it may be more difficult, but I think we're doing pretty decently. So now it's on to makeup and hair, which will be a journey, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun journey. So let's go. Whoopah! I'm here in my bathroom. So we are here currently going to attempt some makeup to emulate the lovely Ilya Rosanov. That's my mom. I will try and talk loud over all the house noises, but I don't know. I'll just put a better picture on the screen. But whatever picture, this is the picture I'm putting on screen. That is the picture of makeup we are trying to emulate. And so I have the picture on my phone for reference because bad memory. Well, also I can visualize but not like that clearly. So putting our makeup hairband on, and sorry this is like a weird angle, but I have my mirror right here, so I'll show you what I'm doing, but I'm not going to be doing my makeup to the camera because I think that looks just a little bit odd, and I will probably also, I get like really close up to my mirror, so it's just like a whole thing. But yeah, so here we are. It's also going to be a little bit difficult to remember how the hair goes. I probably should have sent myself the pictures beforehand, but you know, we deal, it's okay. Yeah, so the thing about like Ilya Rosanov's makeup, right, is like it's masculine. There's not a whole lot to it. The previous cosplays I've done have had some pretty extreme makeup because I like doing extreme makeup. It's a way to like kind of express creativity, but for this we are going to try because I want to try. So I'll show you the products that I will be using, and a lot of this stuff is just stuff I use every day. So I have my, don't think you can see that, but it's the Rare Beauty tinted moisturizer. I use this every day because that's how it works. I also will be using what is left of my Maybelline eraser concealer. There's still a lot left on there. If not, I have another concealer in my ballet makeup because I do ballet. Well, I did ballet. This is my last year. I'm done. I'm out. Going to college. And then this is something my mom gave me. It's like the most natural highlighter I have. It's the Le Beige Fluide Illumineur Chanel liquid highlighter. It's like the most natural highlighter I have, and we don't like, the unfortunate thing about this makeup, not unfortunate, but the thing about this makeup look that I've never actually tried to do was make it like masculine, and by masculine people mean very minimal, which is very unfortunate. And then I have my Too Faced contour, which has seen better days. But it seemed, I have like another contour, but I don't want to find it, and this is easier. So, and then we also have my Too Faced blush palette. Whee! So that'll be real fun. And then the eyebrow pencil that I will be using will be Brow Stylist Definer from L'Oreal. It's just I normally use like eyebrow powder to like shape my eyebrows. I feel like I don't like tweeze my eyebrows a lot, so I have a lot of loose hair, so I think my eyebrows kind of resemble Ilya's, but we shall see. We shall see. And for the hair and everything, no, I am not dyeing my hair because I don't trust myself to do that, and also to dye it for one cosplay is kind of silly. Oh, and then obviously we're not using it all rubbed off. This is a CoverGirl tinted lip balm. This is like my favorite tinted lip balm. I use it all the time. And it's Bliss You Berry. It's great. It's a wonderful, I don't know if they still make it, but hopefully they do. And then yeah, I have some Tresemme gel because to look like this sexy Russian, you need a lot of fucking hair gel. So that's what we're going to be using. And also, he has very dewy skin as well, so I made sure to do my skincare today. Yeah, but we're going to get started. Let me pull up my reference photo. Not all of this will make the edit probably, but yeah. So seems like if we do just a little bit, drawing moles and like freckles is going to be, I actually have like a mole on my neck in a bit where he has his, so I might just draw. I don't know what I'm really doing, so you know, we go with the flow. So first things first, we are going to just put all of this, well not all of this, we're going to squeeze a little onto our hand and blend it out with a beauty blender like I would normally do with my makeup.
I don't really know. I normally do makeup with music, but doing like a cosplay video while playing music seems a bit, rude. I have videos like that when I used to post more frequently. The chicken stove was not that frequent. Yeah, we're just applying this to our face, and we're going to see what it looks like. Well, I say see what it looks like. We know what it looks like. I don't talk very much when I'm doing my makeup, which is why this is very interesting.
But that's essentially, these lights are very bright. Sorry for anyone. Yeah, you just kind of, it doesn't look like there's much of a difference, but it's essentially just like making the skin a little bit more uniform, which is always good for camera. Now looking at his like concealer type stuff, it looks like he has a little bit, Connor's story could just be very chiseled, but it looks like, because I didn't care to Google what they did for makeup on set, it looks like he probably just has some concealer under the eyes, maybe like, it also could just be the stage lights. This is just very much me guessing on what they did. It looks like he might have a little bit like, I'm guessing it's just, because it's male makeup, I'm guessing it's probably just concealer under the eyes. And actually, I'm gonna use my other, let me grab my other concealer, because I think it's like really old, and by really old, I mean really old, like probably a good maybe 6-ish years. But I only use it for ballet because I use my ballet makeup maybe like 6 times a year as opposed to every day. So this is Master Conceal by Face Studio, and I think I'm gonna use that because I think mine is a little bit too orange. So we're gonna like put some under the eyes, like that, kind of like that. I keep getting emails. Teehee. Haha. So we're gonna put some under the eyes. We're gonna blend that out with a beauty blender, like so.
Again, I really don't know what to say to the camera, because when I do makeup, I'm largely silent or dancing to music, which some may call, yeah, I think that's a better match to kind of what they were doing. I might just look very ghostly. I'm gonna use some of this to just like decrease the redness of my acne right now, because Color Story and his beautiful skin, you know.
You don't have acne, so it's not like perfect, but it's going to do. Oh no, I got concealer on my shirt.
That's a very unfortunate thing. I love these shirts, yeah. But concealer is really just there to bring brightness, so you can wear whatever you want. As I don't tell right now. So I think we kind of did a decent. This is kind of
About how my other concealer works. Yeah, I'll probably speed this up in the edit.
because, ooh, look at that. That's gone. And then, yeah, because it's nail makeup, I'm going to assume there's probably like at least a little bit of concealer down the nose as well, just to bring out like a little bit. I'm gonna have to do like some form of nose contour. I'm feeling like I don't know how much I really. I say I don't know how much effort I really want to put in. Because I feel like honestly the outfit kind of makes it a lot, but I am a makeup fiend, so I'm going to do what I want. Yeah, I think
This is probably good for base. So I think that's pretty good for base. And now I think we should probably move on to eyebrows. Now, looking at the picture, because again, bad memory, looking at the picture, his eyebrows kind of like go up a little bit. Now, the thing about this, right, is I'm not going to block off my eyebrows and draw new ones, because that kind of takes away from the essence. And again, cosplay, largely about the essence. Largely about the essence. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like kind of just like brush everything up to make it kind of look like my face is also kind of more lifted like that way, because he just really has so chiseled, right? But kind of like, because my face is a little bit more round than his, whereas his is more like chiseled and kind of like looking down almost. Like that kind of like if you look at the way they do his makeup, like his eyebrows go up and it kind of like lifts his whole face. So we're gonna kind of like just like brush the eyebrow up and like that. You know, just highlighting all of the dead skin that I have there. You know what I mean? Because my eyebrows largely, like, they don't do much to his eyebrows. So really kind of what we're doing, right, is just the general shape. And then kind of like, I know I said I was going to use my regular mirror, but I want to show at least like one of them. I'll probably do the other one off camera. But you know what I'm saying? Kind of that just like very like that. You know what I'm saying? And if I had any gel, I guess I could use hair gel. I don't want to put hair gel on my eyebrows, but I also kind of just want it to stay like that. See? There. You kind of have like that little uppity part that he has. I think that works. Is this going to be a pain to get off my face? Yeah. Will it give me a skin reaction? Who knows? Yeah. And then he kind of, I have two of these. One of them's a lot more cool toned, so I grabbed the warmer tone one because Connor's story does not have very, like, Connor's story is not very cool toned, and, like, neither really is Ilya. And then, sorry to be a screen ager in front of you all, but, like, he kind of just has, like, they really, like, point them inwards. So I'm gonna just try. And if you look at, there's a part of your eyebrow, there's a part of my eyebrow that's, like, darker than the rest of it. So you kind of want to look there, then just, like, point it inward. And you do not want to do too much, because it's not meant to look like you put makeup on. Like, it's meant to look nice under the, like, cinema cameras that they used, but you're not meant to kind of look you're not meant to look done up. So you have that little, like, inward pointing part, but it's still, like, if you looked at me, you'd be like, does she have makeup on? We don't know. Yeah.
I might be filling it in a little bit too much, and to be fair, I have darker hair than Connor, so it's going to look a little odd. Yeah, I think I might fill it in, like, a little bit more, but again, I'm not trying to make it look super obvious, but I feel like I'm going a little bit overboard.
I can't tell. Because I'm trying to keep it, like, on camera I feel like it looks a little bit worse, but, like, in real life, it does not. So that I feel like is, like, all I'm really gonna do for the eyebrow. So I'm going to do the other one off camera. Ooh, pow. It didn't turn out, like, as good as the other one, but I think the overall, like, effect of them, pretty decent. So that's what we did for the eyebrows. Now there's no other, I'm debating, I might, like, dust a little bit of light contour underneath them, because he appears to have, like, maybe some sort of, like, toasty brown. I could grab, like, mine. Because I don't want to put too much on the eyes, because I feel like if you put too much, it loses its kind of, like, masculine effect that it's meant to have. So, yeah. I probably, maybe. We're gonna do contour right now before we figure anything else out. So he appears to have kind of, like, a very light contour, like, on the bottom of his cheeks. And he doesn't have a beard, so I'm not going to be, yeah, he kind of has it going, like, along the bottom and kind of, like, up to here. But he does not, I might, Can you tell I don't plan these videos? Or I didn't plan this one? Can you tell? No, so I think he, like, has a little light dusting, contour kind of, it's very light on top. But I think, honestly, from what I can tell, again, very light. And then he also has some freckles. Now, will my fake freckles completely ruin this? Probably. But what's life if not an adventure and a reason to try? Sorry, there's been a notification on my iPad for, like, so long, it's not bothering me. So, I think we're not going to do nose contour because I'm not great at that. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to put highlighter there. So, we're going to take a little bit contour on this brush, and then I'm just gonna, like, go down and up like that. and just like, I saw this on Glendivar. I don't know if any of you know Glendivar. My sideburns are getting cut. But he does his contour in like a circular motion sometimes. And if I get a bigger brush, we can kind of, because you
see that like his face is very cool. Like if you look at the picture, my reference photo, because the photo no one showed the front of his face for the look that I'm recreating. So we're kind of like guessing. And guessing's fun. We love playing guessing games. But like you see that? I think it's a very nice, it is like somewhat of a cool tone like bronzer that I have. And I'm just going in like circular motions up and down like very close to my jawline. I don't know if they actually did contour his jawline or if he's just very gifted. But I think that's pretty decent. Like, it's kind of like a nice kind of blending to really just like frame the face. Not bad for like kind of the first try. And then we're gonna
repeat it on the other side. Yeah, he has like, I might contour mine because it is not as sharp as his. And then we might put some contour like maybe underneath here. But he doesn't appear. He might have like a little bit like under his lip. But I also might just be like copying colors. Being like, oh, that's contour. It's like, no, that's just a shadow. Which is what a contour is. It's creating shadows, but it might just be Connor's natural shadow. And now we go to the other side. Like good boys. Oh, that was a lot. But it's okay. We just blend. We blend until it doesn't look like we applied that much. I think that's good for like the cheeks. It's like pretty much it's all like blended in. I look a little bit scary. It's okay. I don't own a lot of makeup. Well, I do. I don't own a lot of base products. People own, like, they have, like, so many. And I mean so many. Like, contours and everything. I'm like, I did not know the difference between contour and bronzer. Like, technically, one's like a stick. I don't know. Now, I'm also going to put a little contour on my jawline just to sharpen it up. So I'm just going to go, like, right under there to really create that shadow. And it snatches you. Look at that. Look at that. Like, I don't have a weak jawline or anything, but like we're going for the 6 foot tall Russian. We're going for the big beefy hockey player right now. Beefy. So yes, if I have any muscles. Anyway, now we just go to the other side. And sometimes, oh, sorry. I'm trying to show you and also get it right on my face. I feel like when you're doing like makeup with real people,
like with cartoons, it's a little bit easier because, they're cartoons. You're meant to exaggerate the features, but when you're doing real people, it's really hard.
yeah, so that's the contour that we're gonna go with. Now, in terms of like blush, he, in the picture that I chose, is kind of very warm toned. Like, he is cool toned, then he is warm toned. I don't know tones, I'm not an expert at this. But my guess, at least from the little bit of blush that I do see, or at least Connor is just regular coloring, this blush will be our best bet. This is from a Christmas palette, by the way. It is Merry and Bright. So, let's see. So, again, trying to keep it like more masculine. I'm getting like a little bit of brush on, and just kind of like, again, going in circular motions around kind of the center of my cheek.
Just again, because I think blush kind of is where it can take away, and I might have added too much. But really, we're her cheeks are naturally this color. And I definitely added too much. We're just gonna blend and pray. Blending and praying is should be my motto. Blend and pray. Excuse me. Sorry. I really should have just kept what I had originally put on my finger and just not put any more on the brush. But
I think it kind of worked. Maybe put just a little bit concealer. That was way too much. And we're gonna put a little bit of concealer just to tone down the redness because I think I added too much. It looks a little bit funny right now. It doesn't, I think the camera honestly might exaggerate
it, but we're kind of just, I've also just been rubbing my face, so I'm gonna add a little bit of color back with the blush.
Sorry, blending this is taking so long, and now my nose is running. We don't like it when our nose runs. And now, I'm gonna do the same to the other side. I'm just gonna add just a little bit, and then blend. We're just gonna, whoa, we blended. That totally wasn't me just blending off camera so that y'all didn't have to sit through it. Totally wasn't me. Yeah, but yeah, kind of I think that's good for blush. Fairly masculine. We're fairly being masked here. I'm gonna say it with a brush in my hand. Anyway, healthy masculinity, right? Okay, we're not done with this blush yet though, because he has a very much a warm tone on his forehead. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a little bit of little bit of blush, and then dip it back into our contour, to get kind of a natural blush, yet also shadow look on our forehead, and just kind of brush that all over our forehead.
Yeah, I just kind of brush it, toasty onto our forehead. Which, I know, you can still see my pimples, but it's okay.
Normalize acne.
So, I say it's a fairly, so many notifications. I'm so popular, aren't I? Getting the text, yes. But, yeah.
So I think that's pretty much. May I add a little bit more blush, just to kind of.
A little bit more. Because again, he's not completely. I wouldn't really call it a neutral tone. I would say he is more warm toned, but they used a lot more cooling, cool tone products to make him kind of look a little more stoic in the picture.
I think that's pretty decent. Y'all probably my camera shit, cause it's not a camera, it's an iPad, cause that's just how life works. And yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing, kind of what we're working with. So now we move on to highlighter. So our highlighter, actually, I lied. I think to accentuate our brow bone a little bit, I might regret this, but I think I'm going to grab this little brush, this little kind of dusting brush, and dip it into this is the eyebrow thing that I use for everything. It's Milani Brow Fix Brow Kit. I don't actually know if they still make this, because again, it's probably 10 years old. We're just gonna get a little bit, see people do that all the time, and just kind of go under our brow bone.
A little bit, and over our eye, kind of. I don't want to use the darker shade because I feel that would just look bad. So we're just kind of going up and under our brow bone to kind of give it a little bit more of a polished look.
I don't know if it did anything, but it makes me happy.
We're just going to do the other one real quickly right here. I'm using kind of more of my, I've only ever had one of the flat brushes that you use to really cake on eyeshadow. I know all of my brushes are kind of more I got them dusting brushes,
Now, onto highlighter. So, from the reference picture, he has like highlighter kind of in a triangle, almost like on his face. So there's definitely like kind of highlighter under the eye. And then there's like a little bit that goes on the nose. Kind of a little bit, I would assume, kind of by the eyebrow. We might put like a little bit underneath our eyebrow. It's kind of more how the camera decides to hit it. So is it highlighter or is it camera lights? We never know. We are going to get a little bit of this. Ooh, I keep getting notifications. Sorry, that was rude of me. Get a very minimal amount on our finger. And we're just gonna like dab, kind of like
in a triangle on our thing because it's very dewy, and I think it very much kind of highlights, like, it like adds like a nice little highlight. I think it adds to what I naturally have, like, you naturally kind of have with the light hit you. It's just, you know, we'll go over it probably with the blender, but yeah, it's like a little bit on the cheek, and then we're just gonna blend it out. I generally blend this with my finger because it is like more of a serum.
you know, we're doing a lot for probably what isn't a very hard process. And then we're just gonna put a little bit more on our finger. And we're gonna take a little and wipe it down like our nose.
Just to kind of, again, it's meant to look natural. Can I even look? We're gonna just do a little bit down the nose. Again.
In this light, it's probably harder to see, but I swear it is doing things. And now, just add a little more insult to injury. That's not the proper usage of that phrase. I'm just gonna add a little bit to our forehead, like kind of towards the center of our eyebrow, like that. And just pray. We pray for the best. The only really noticeable thing is the eyebrows, but I think the contour works. I think it looks good. And now for the final, because I don't think I want to add any more highlighter. I think we're good. I think we look good. And then now the start of the show. Connor's story has some very red lips. So what I'm gonna do, because this, if you add too much of it, it is very noticeable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swipe it along my upper and I'm also not gonna try and replicate Connor's like face, like lip shape, because if you try to manipulate your lips, it is noticeable. And if you look like you're trying too hard, you don't really capture the essence of the photo, now do you? So I'm going to swipe it like along my lips, and then I'm going to like blend it out with my finger. So
That's what it looks like. And then this. See, it did a little.
it did a little thing.
It may only be noticeable to me. Oh, I'm not doing it. But
If we just lick it, it's like we never did it.
yeah, just kind of trying to really make the color a little closer. And then it just kind of taken away from the masculinity look for the sake of look. But yes.
Now, final thing that we do with any good makeup look is we spray the Maybelline Lasting Fix setting spray, because obviously, so. And makeup is done. We're all Ilya Rosanov. Wait, I forgot fake freckles. Fuck. Hold on. What I'm going to do, right? We're not drawing them, right? We're just gonna like make little dots and then like pack them in. So
So we have that. Then we just snap our face. Snap it.
people have freckle pens. I don't.
Because I'm too lazy. But yeah, just like snap the face. And then blend it in. Because, is that, it might have just made me speckled.
You already have natural natural freckles, so I could honestly have just skipped this part.
But I wanted to try it, because I don't always have freckles, and sometimes maybe you want to have some freckles.
Smack thine face. I feel like it kind of just looks like acne now. I just kind of look like I have acne. I think the fake freckles were a bad idea. Now, he has like freckles on his neck.
Because I thought this would be like a good eyebrow pencil to use for the fake freckles. Because the key with freckles is you don't want them to look too uniform.
It really does just look like I got bitten by a lot of bugs.
Oh no, do you like... No, the beauty blender just wiped them off. Who knows?
I mean, it's not like horrid, but it's not great.
I can't believe I forgot to add fake freckles, guys. That's like the most fun part. If I had like a freckle pen, it might work better. We're just doing anything we can to save them. It could be worse, it also could be a lot better. Because again, my go-to is just to kind of make them way too...
I'm trying to add like a couple, yeah, like a couple big ones, because he does have like moles on his neck. We're having a crisis, guys. A fake freckle crisis. I think that looks pretty okay. Now, the real question. Do we want to put the big fake mole on my face? I think you all know the answer to this is yes.
And then he has kind of like a little bit under there. The problem is his moles, you can tell that's makeup.
If I were like a mole expert,
Kind of has like a little bit. You know.
I think I want to keep it just for funsies. Like this, the neck looks pretty decent.
He has like... Oh, he does actually have one. And down kind of towards his chest. Should I do that? Oh, bro.
Like, I think it looks pretty decent. It looks like halfway decent. He has like, I have like little moles. No, little freckles, little kiss marks from previous lives. I found the technique, guys. You just like dig and then, but like don't drag. Dig, don't drag. I think some of the fake freckles turned out alright. Did we think this was gonna turn out right? No. But hey. We're trying. We're trying and we're dealing, and this is kind of just what we're doing. That took 20 minutes. Well, I think it looks pretty decent. I think it looks halfway decent. More setting spray. So, we have a little bit of Ilya Rosanov going on. Yeah, so time for hair. Which, no more headband. So, now we're going back to the kind of original thing. So, we have kind of like, you know, fairly masculine haircut, and with this, there is not a whole lot we can do. However, first we're gonna brush it out.
And look, I'm aware Ilya has curly hair, and I'm aware that I do not. But am I going to bust out the curling iron when there's really about like 5 pieces of hair that I can actually curl? No, I'm not doing that. So, again, and in the picture that we're given, I think he's like kind of honestly a little bit straighter, which is ironic, because he ain't straight. But yeah, first I'm just kind of like brushing it, kind of get it to really just lie a lot flatter, which is normally not what I'm like into. And luckily we both have kind of the same back of the head, which is just frizz, like buzz. It's a little bit all over the place. But anyway, we're just kind of brushing it. And
then for me, I'm gonna take this comb and we're gonna just like, cause he has combed his hair over like this. I know, very emo boy of him. But like, he's kind of
done a little bit like that. Which, look, in my opinion, is it the hottest thing to do? No. But it's like, it's a thing you can do. It's a thing you can do if you really want to. Yeah, you see
kind of, like, you see my vision, right? And then we gotta make sure that like this side of the hair stays.
down. And now, spooky Russian. Spooky Russian, what am I doing? But yeah, I want to make sure that it kind of like lies flat, so I'm combing it a lot. Combing it to get it in place, and then like really brushing it hard to get it to lie flat.
Now I have some bobby pins and some hair gel because no Russian is complete without his fucking hair gel. Oh, that's so terrible. But it works. It works. Ooh, I look real bad. Why did I do this? This is really... See, because the problem is this isn't even, like, it makes him look hot. It doesn't make me look hot. It makes me look like a fucking 12-year-old boy. But, like, oi. Should have just gelled down the back. This is a terrible move. Because this ain't gonna look hot, guys. I hope you know that. Like, is he meant to look hot? No. Yeah. I was about to say no, but he is. I feel like pretty decent. Oi.
Because now, ooh, there we go. Kind of works. Because this hair is wavy, right? And again, holy shit, dude. We're just doing like all of the problems here.
Because we want it to look fairly, like, swoopified.
But, actually, that looks pretty. This looks pretty close. We just now have a little hair gel in our hair, which I knew was going to happen. I just didn't exactly. I've forgotten how gross this stuff is. Because I, again, only ever used it for ballet. But it did get the hair to stay down. Now, we can just, I just keep putting gel in.
There it goes. And yeah, I think that's pretty decent. Honestly, for hair, I was expecting a lot more of a fight, but this is pretty close to what it is in the show. Now, again, do I look like Ilya Rosanov? I think so. I think it looks pretty close. Do I don't know. I don't know if it looks fairly close. I could just look like a masked lesbian, but it's fine because that's who I am. Yeah. So, I think this is as close as I'm going to get while still looking hot, and looking hot is the main goal. So, why don't we go to a full outfit walkthrough? Whoa, we're in my living room. Whoa, look at it. This is the full outfit walkthrough. I think it did pretty well, or like decently well for the first. This is kind of like my first attempt at like a non-extreme cosplay. I think it looks pretty good, you know? It's kind of, I feel like it captures the essence of just like, look, I'm watching the fact that I didn't know that there were 2 other gay men in the NHL. What? Or NHL? I don't know. Guys, I haven't watched it in a long time. I need to do that. I need to do that more. We should all be doing that all the time. But I have low-key been thinking about doing this for like so long. Ever since I got this shirt, I've been thinking of doing this. Probably not that much. I'm kind of sad you can't really see the necklace from this far away, and the necklace and the shirt is kind of what makes it. But I think we did a pretty bang up job, pretty decent job. Yeah, that's all I really have to say for this. Yeah, I guess we'll be doing photo montage, question mark? Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I had a lot of fun making it. I hope you had fun watching it. I'm still kind of learning in terms of like how to do like a masculine cosplay. I tried my best. I think I did pretty decently. But you know, there's a first time for everything. Let me know if you have any tips on how to possibly do this better, and anyone else you want me to make a cosplay of. I'm thinking of starting kind of like, I have a Polaroid camera. I'm thinking of doing something like the wall of cosplays or something, and like taking pictures and putting them up on like a little string with like clothespins, and we can update it every time, and we can go through like, it's like a little walk down memory lane if I decide to make this a series, which who the hell knows. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do whatever the hell you want, or just leave and, you know, hope you never see me again. I don't know. Anyway, have a good day. Love you, and have the day you deserve. I think that's fairly self-explanatory. Bye.